dude. So Simone Giertz or so, I hope I didn't butcher that name, came up with the idea of creating an eternal calendar by using flip switches. Wait a second. Basically she took like 365 of these switches, put them in the board, and so each day you completed your task, you can flip the switch. And then you know that you have done your task. And the good thing is you can also use electricity and do some LED stuff and stuff like that. But the basic idea is so you have a physical switch to flip it every day. You've succeeded in your goal you set yourself. But she made one big mistake. She's famous for creating crappy robots, but in this case she didn't succeed because it was really, really good. And this led to her doing a Kickstarter campaign, which also went very good, and the rest is history, as they say. So I thought I can do a really crappier version of this. And since I own a 3D printer, I thought, yes, I can actually utilize this and create my own switches. So this is iteration 6, but there are also 1, 2, 3, and 5. The idea was you have like this plate, and you color them in one color, and once you flip them over, you have the other color known. Maybe that is red and this will be green. So I just color this white. And I wanted to design them, these things that they self-latch, which is fully done, and there were more iterations. This doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah, I think this was the last one, and this actually kind of latches. Now also saved some filament here by flattening it. But I wasn't satisfied, and then I came up with another design, which maybe gets this video banned or not. This didn't work obviously, but the idea was to print the lever on the bottom and then just put it up there. And there are some working versions as well. Then I looked at it and thought I have to print like 365 or 66 of these, and this would be painful too. Also I have to fit them somewhere. I wanted a faster way, because buying these things is really expensive. Not really, but they cost like $10 for 10 pieces or $1 a piece, and I don't want to spend like $300 on the whole calendar. Big pre-made switches are too expensive. This is way too much effort because I had to do like 10 more iterations until this is fine, and I have to print them all, and this will take lots of hours. Okay, I take the best of both worlds. I take the cheap plastic stuff and the pre-made switches, and what I came up with was this. These are the tiny dip switches you use to set your router or set something. And as you can see, they come in 12 switches in one plastic thing with all these little pins on the back, which is really nice because you can use the perf board like this, and you have already a surface to put them on. And if we do this like 31 times, you can imagine we have a long row of 1 by 12 switches, and each row will be 1 day. And so if this is the first day, we say like this is the 1st of January, 1st of February, until you get the idea. They are still physical switches, so I can fire some LEDs once I want to do this. So basically that's what we're going to do. So that didn't feel like 2 weeks, did it? But it actually took that long. But here we are again. These are the tiny calendar bits we want to put in a quiet, nicely straight fashion under each other. They are like through-hole components, so we need a lot of holes for that. And that comes in form of a perf board. So here I got some perf board. Actually, it's the longest I could find. It's like 50 centimeters or 500 millimeters times 10. Obviously this is way too big, but that's the only one that allows me to do it in one go without having to put something together. Ta-da! That is really new because I didn't fuck up. So this is what we got rid of, and that is what we got rid of. And that one. And you see where this is going. All the way down to 31. And then each day I can go and then say like, yes, the first day is okay, the second day was done, the third day was done, and so on. And here we are. As I said, it will be a long row of days, starting with the 1st of January. This is the 15th because the 3D printer couldn't handle more than 20 centimeters. And this is the 31st on the bottom. For some reason this is already switched. Yeah, if we turn it around, no, the bigger the blob, the better the job. Because I miscalculated, and of course I wasn't able to slide it in as I wanted to, so I turned to hot glue. But I integrated a hook or a receiver for a hook so I can hang it on the wall. This is really nice. If you want to have a close-up, this is... Although I'm using the glass on the 3D printer as a surface, it got some warping on this edge. On the other edge they are fine. But this is actually the first time, so I maybe need to use a skirt again. But anyway, that's it. As you see, I was lazy because I was on holiday. But at the 14th I started, and I think I can flip this again because I did my deed yesterday. On this day, you see I colored the white stuff in here on the January part. And that is because I put some birthdays in there I always forget. And so I have another reminder here as well on both things. So when I do my task, I at least get reminded once a day. The good thing is if one of these breaks, just know I still have some left, so I can just desolder them and replace a row of switches. The one downside of using these things is every month will have 31 days. It's not so hard to remember, isn't it? Yep, so that's my take on the crappy universal calendar. Thanks a lot for watching.